Division 4 is clear with 1 black. Division 5 is clear with no victims, correct?
That's affirmative.
Let's make that a little bit quiet here. All right, folks, welcome in. I am Pugs Moran. This is the RadioMisfits.com podcast and live streaming platform network. We
not
from time to
description of the possible second from the UNLV incident. They still don't know if this is tied to the same incident or not.
All right, the reason we're going live here, typically we do our noon show. We end our noon show at about 2 o'clock. Well, I went and started to have a life and was doing my stuff, and then all of a sudden all hell started breaking loose. So, you know, we like to do here on the High Noon Report, we like to come in and do live breaking news when it's happening.
WCI 33, I want you to come to Maryland and Harmon. We'll have crews that will direct you in. You're going to position right by Engine 18, which is going to be in the parking lot of UNLV at Maryland and Harmon.
Hold on. Is this the press conference? Hold on. Let's see. CNN seems to be showing a press conference. All right. Well, this is where the press conference is supposed to be. I do not see a press conference happening, but there is definitely a damn press conference going on.
This morning, officers immediately responded, engaged the suspect. The suspect
See if I can find this for you.
Is deceased. We do not have information on any potential victims at this point. What I can tell you as well is that the entire Nevada system of higher education in Southern Nevada campuses are all closed out of an abundance of caution. There is no threat to any other campus, but we are doing this out of an abundance of caution. With that, I will turn it over to the sheriff.
Private on this call.
I'm Kevin McMahill. I'm the sheriff of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and I want to say to the community, there's no further threat. I will tell you that this combined police, state, local, and federal law enforcement along
All right, here we go. We finally got something.
Works very well. As the chief told you, we do have one suspect down. Of course, we have no idea on the motive. There are a number of victims that have been transported.
Kids or somebody that you're concerned with, then that would be the place to go and to try to go ahead and do that reunification. We will have people there to assist you. We also have a phone number. It is being staffed. It's 702-455-AIDE. And there'll be a website opened up, and it's facofsouthernnevada.com. Okay, and so that is our current information.
So I got to tell you what's going on here. So I am watching on a smart TV a stream of CNN, which appears to be 3 minutes ahead of this that we're watching online, which is a stream from the local, I want to say NBC affiliate there in Las Vegas. There's been a shooting on the campus of University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Let's rejoin the press conference now.
So as you can imagine, the campus is a very large area to cover. Much like we had it in the aftermath of 1 October, there's a lot of additional calls coming in that students hunkered down. They're afraid, they're scared. Our officers are going unit by unit, building by building with the university police and the rest of the police officers, firefighters, EMS, and making sure that we don't have any additional victims and or subjects. So we'll be back with you in the very near future to provide an update. Thank you.
Exterior.
I have an update as well. I'm sorry. On that website. That's going to be facofsouthernnevada.org. I believe I said .com. That is .org.
Everybody
will have future briefings at headquarters.
All right. Yeah, we heard it. Okay, so here's what's going on. About an hour and a half ago, police responded to a shooting in Las Vegas, University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Here, we'll bring you, pull up the map, let you see exactly what we're looking at. Everybody's familiar with Las Vegas, right? It's a place we've all been. Las Vegas, no stranger to this kind of thing. Of course, the largest mass shooting in American history occurred just, what is that? Boy, I can't even, 5 years ago now? 6 years ago now? Was when that the Route 66 or something like that? All right, so here's where it occurred. This place right here.
Can you confirm if or which of the black patients is our suspect and what floor they were located on?
This is Beale Hall. Okay. This is Beale Hall. This is where a shooting broke out about an hour and a half ago. We don't know many details. I've heard no reports of long guns. I've heard a lot of crazy reports. Oh, hold on. I got to pull it up. There we go. Yeah. All right. So right here. So this is Beale Hall on the campus of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Right here. We'll pull out a little just so you can get your bearings so you know. Adjacent right to McCarran. So if you've ever flown into Vegas, you know McCarran. You might have taken a left out of the airport and headed towards the Strip. If you had gone right, just about a block down is University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Now, I've been listening to the scanner. I was out doing stuff, and then my alert started going off. So I'm like, oh, I should go check this out. So I go home and I start to watch. Now, I've been watching this unfold for about a half hour. It's kind of what I do. I wait for these stories to happen, and I don't know if I'm necessarily, want to be Mr. Johnny First guy, but it's not about being first for me because I'm never first. It's about, is this worth our time? Because we have so many of these. So I spent a good 40 minutes watching this story unfold, going back and forth, wondering if whether or not this was worthy of a live breaking news coverage. And it is, because it's odd.
Sound accurate, you guys?
We are in the early moments.
No officer down. They do have a suspect in custody, and that's kind of on just a standby now. One suspect in custody doesn't fit any description, possibly, and no officer down. No officer down.
Okay, so this is why it's interesting. It's interesting because we've been hearing these reports from officers on the scene through the scanner for the better part of an hour now about multiple people who were suspects. Then we also heard that the shooter was dead. The shooter was.
I'll relay that.
So we're hearing that the shooter is deceased. That's being confirmed by the Las Vegas Police Department. But we're also hearing that there's a suspect in custody. Now, there's been no acknowledgement of this being multiple shooters or what this was all about. I mean, at this point, this could very well have been just two dudes who got into a gunfight.
If you need to actually rehab anybody as opposed to recycling.
All right, so let's go back to show you where it happened, and then I'll show you something else that sort of made me want to come and
Traffic for Rescue Branch.
Do a live stream. Okay, so it happened here. This is Beale Hall on the campus of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. So this is where the original shooting went down. By the way, as far as that goes, we're getting, it's being reported, a number of victims have been taken to hospitals. Here's the number that I have from the scanner. Okay, this is what I've been able to tell. There are at least 3 people who have been shot. At least 3 people have been shot. This number does not include the shooter, whose body, there's 3 people and a shooter. Of those
Operations
3,
Rescue Branch.
Of those 3, 2 have been taken to Sunrise Medical Center. They are in non-life-threatening condition. They are non-critical, non-life-threatening injuries. Okay, the third person
Rescue Branch. Did you have traffic for us?
Has been taken to a different hospital. Forgive me, I don't have the name of it. Has been taken to a different hospital. He is listed as being in critical. He is described as a he. He is described as a male. So we've got a male in critical condition, and then we've got 2 others, at least 2 others, who are in non-critical condition with non-life-threatening injuries. That doesn't mean, I'm not sitting here. I'm not Walter freaking Cronkite. I'm not telling you there's only 3. I'm telling you what I've been able to count on the scanner, and that's the best I can do. The news is saying a number of victims.
All RTF and extraction teams are staged outside at my location.
The police are saying that there is no further threat.
All RTF and extraction teams at your location, exterior of the building. And then just to follow up on that additional suspect, those supposedly south of your location, that's unconfirmed at this point.
Okay. So the police are saying that there's 1 guy dead and 1 guy is in custody. They're saying, don't worry about it. There is no further threat. But there are still currently, right now, as I say this, active police, what do you call them? Missions unfolding all around the campus of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. There are military tanks. There are police tanks, but you've seen these, right? These urban assault vehicles the police departments have, and they're just lined with these They look like special forces guys, and they're going into these areas. Now, why are they doing that? Here's why I went live. Because there's something strange happening here. And the last time something strange happened, it was the Uvalde situation that we were following, and it didn't make any sense. And I just decided, you know what? Let's forget about this and let's move on. And we did our regular show. 3 hours later, it was revealed that Uvalde is...
Command is mercy or still needed.
God bless what it is. So I wanted to stick with this one because here, as I show you, this is Beale Hall. This is where the original shooting occurred, okay?
Needed for another call right now.
Down here, let's see, where's the Thomas and Mack Center? There it is. Okay, so that's how I know where this is. Down here, so the original shooting occurred up here at Beale Hall, but now there is a large police presence down here at UCC Residential. Here, we'll go right in. Let's see what we're looking at here. This is just about a block away, if even that, from where the original shooting occurred. There are multiple reports of someone who the police are calling a suspect. Somewhere in this area right here.
Medical patient coming out to you, ancillary, unrelated, for transport with chest pain. Approximate 55-year-old female.
Okay. So the person in this area that was described and was seen has a gun. And so police have now swarmed on this area. They still do that. They're calling him a suspect. That's why this is strange. There's a dead guy being called the shooter who's dead. There's another person in custody who's being called a suspect. And now we've got this person over here.
Female, chest pain, unrelated to
chest pains. And now we've got this person over here at the UCC Hall where there has been a large police mobilization. At the very same time that the county telling us all that there's nothing to see here and that everything is fine, there is a major police operation going on right here. And that's what we're listening to. We're listening to the scanner to try and figure out what's happening right here. All right, let's come away from that. We'll come back and see. Let's go over to...
Copy. RTF2 is going to clear the elevators, people.
The Twitters. And let's see what people are saying on the Twitters. Let's see, we'll go to UNLV. We'll go with latest. No, we'll go with top. See if we get some videos from the scene.
Engine 21.
Engine 21.
All right, what is this? All right, so this is apparently this. Here, we'll go up to this page. Like we like to do this. We like to just scroll through Twitter. Boom. All right, so apparently this is what the sound effects are.
To respond to clear buildings systematically. UNLV, continue to shelter in place. Police services continues to respond to clear buildings systematically.
Nah, that's weird. That's not too dystopian. That's going on right now on the campus of UNLV. Let's see if there's any video. Let's see what this is. This is a woman trying to get to her daughter, and a policeman is restraining her. This is one of the ugly realities of these situations.
When they release her, they'll bring her out. What I'm telling you is I can't let you walk back there.
Okay, I'm an employee at UNLV. They're having the evacuation.
You just don't.
That's very sad. You can completely understand what that mom's going through. All right, let's see how MSNBC reported this.
Where the police there are reporting.
Here's how they broke it.
We're following this out of Las Vegas, the University of Las Vegas, where the police there are reporting that they're responding to reports of an active shooter on campus. They say there does appear to be multiple victims at this time. People are being told to avoid the area of the University of Las Vegas campus. We're going to bring you more information as it comes in. Again, this is just coming over the wires right now, and we are working to confirm more. We're following this out of Las Vegas, the University of Las Vegas, where the police there are reporting that they're responding.
Medical patient's going to be Rescue 11. Can you send another unit with medical bags and gurney to replace them, please?
Okay.
Patient. We'll bring another rescue forward.
This is apparently a student filming their reaction to the shelter-in-place alerts. So this is what somebody did. They thought, hey, this could go viral. I mean, I might die, but it could go viral. I gotta film everything, right? That's the world we live in. Everything's got to be filmed. I mean, hey, if you survive, you might go viral. He's already got 107 retweets. That's pretty good. Any other video? You have any other video? No news reports. All right, here's
room 133 in the VHS building for a pregnant lady, unknown medical.
All right, here's an eyewitness account of what went down.
I was looking outside. I was seeing police cars surround the other building, and then I see a guy
one more time,
on
you're
the
saying
floor, and the
VHS
other police officer
133
holding a big gun, which I'm assuming was the shooter. And then I saw them throw a guy in a car, who I'm assuming was the shooter. And then I didn't know what was happening.
Let's hear her again.
I was seeing police cars surround the other building, and then I see a guy, and they push him on the floor, and the other police officer were holding a big gun, which I'm assuming was the shooter. And then I saw them throw a guy in a car, who I'm assuming was the shooter. And then I didn't know what was happening, and then boom, I hear rounds of shots. I didn't know if it was coming from police or another person.
So I'm wondering, could this and accounts like this, could this in fact be the reason that there is sort of this confusion of, you know, is the shooter dead or is he in custody? Because police might, it's possible that the person that witnesses are saying they saw be taken into custody was dead. From her description is they threw him in the back of the car. So yes, someone might go, yeah, and they put him in custody and arrested him, but he might also be dead. So maybe that's the confusion. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go back to this young lady. This future craps dealer.
Person. So I went running after that, and then I didn't know what was happening after that. I was just hearing gunfire.
Okay, and we know that, so we're hearing from Metro that a suspect is deceased at this point, so unclear if that person was the shooter, but you certainly saw some activity right there. And I'll take a look at them. I mean, what do you think of this happening over at UNLV?
It's weird to have in real life, because you see all these school shooting stuff always, and I'm like, I kind of knew it was going to happen.
See that? Did you see that? That's in real life. That's what we do. It's so strange to have this in real life, because when it happens to other people in other places, that's not real life. Because we don't empathize or understand or show compassion or really any care for things that don't affect us in our personal universe. We know, I mean, it's almost like we're watching this. This is happening at UNLV. This is like I'm watching a TV show here. It's lost on us, the true toll of these things, because they've become, ooh, what's going on now? I've got to watch this. Man, that's interesting. All right, a nice little girl. Let's let her finish.
One day, because you see
At UNLV.
It's weird to have in real life, because you see all these school shooting stuff always, and I'm like, I kind of knew it was going to happen to me one day, but it's weird to have it real. It's scary, and it's real, and it needs to be taken seriously. And it's like this is like my actual life, you know? It's crazy.
It's affected her. Now she wants everybody to take it seriously. Okay, we get that. We understand that. It's now being worded very strange. Police, one suspect dead, multiple victims taken to hospital. Police are now saying one suspect is dead. They're no longer saying the shooter is dead. What the hell does that mean? They just held a press conference where they told us that there's nothing to worry about. One suspect dead. When you say one suspect, that suggests you have multiple people you think were involved in whatever occurred this afternoon at the University of Las Vegas. I need more information than just one suspect. So you have other suspects. Any other suspects in custody? Can we expect anyone to talk? Yeah. All right, let's see here. Excuse me. Let's go back to let's go back to the Twitter. See what kind of information we can gain from just scrolling. Because that's where news comes from nowadays. Oh God. Schumer's already on the floor of the Senate making speeches. This looks like some video from. Yeah. All right, let's watch. Let's see what this is. looking at here? Apparently, cops running through the quad. All right. So that's something. We now know what that looks like. Okay, more video, more active shooter video. I mean, none of this is of the actual shooting. All right, here's another student. So let's see what this kid has to say.
You know, sadness. When you look at this and the police presence here, what's going through your mind? Just, you know, sadness that this is happening, but happiness that they've gotten here so fast. It seems like they were on campus right as it started because the police, we have a really good response, I feel like, ever since our last shooting that we had here in Vegas. So I'm actually very happy to see all of these police officers and all these officers moving on to campus and trying to make a difference. You know, we don't know exactly what's going on until after when they give debriefs on what they did and all that. But as of just a first look and glance, you know, it's nice just to know that we have these many officers here willing to protect us.
Have you talked to anybody else that saw anything else here on campus or heard anything?
No, but I've talked to some friends that have friends that were in the building, and they said that they've just heard rounds going off, just rounds, and someone said that he was on the third floor with them at one time, so they were super nervous. Just seeing a bunch of text messages from friends that were in my class, so it's just super nervous, you know, hearing all these things. Like, you just don't know what to do. You just like you're calling your family, you're calling people, you're texting your friends like, hey, I love you guys. I don't know what's happening, like, because he could burst through the door any minute. And the timely updates, like, there were only other, like, I feel like there were like 10 every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, or maybe just because my phone wasn't getting it. But like, we got to have updates like every 5 minutes for this kind of stuff. Like, we're scared. We're super scared. There's got to be someone updating us. Hey, shooter's still here. Shooter's still here. Don't worry. Shooter moved. Shooter moved. Like every couple minutes, just so students can be safe. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's about all I saw.
All right. And what's next for you?
Next for me is, you know.
Well, I got a project coming up with Spielberg. We're going to be filming in Eastern Europe. What do you mean, what's next for you?
Show tomorrow, and I don't know, like, it's scary. You don't know what's next. You don't, like, I don't know if I'm going back to class tomorrow, and even if I go back to class tomorrow, what's it gonna be like?
Ain't nobody going back to class tomorrow. It's Friday, long weekend. Okay, moving on. That's a terrible thing that kid had to go through. Let's see, what is this? UNLV campus is completely locked down. You got cops and stuff on rooftops. That's kind of a thing, right? We see that now with situations. Helicopters overhead. Cool. All right, so we're going through all of this. All this stuff is just proof that something's happening. We don't know what the actual details are. As I still say, cops just gave a let's go back to this. Cops just gave a press briefing where they gave very little information, and the information that they did give stood to just confuse me more. I have no idea if there is one suspect, two suspects, multiple. You know, I always say with these stories, hold on, we got a little action going on the scanner. What are they saying?
We could release, get them back in service if you would like.
Okay. So that's what we just heard.
Do you have all crew members for Engine 3, or did some come with the MCI unit?
Currently, we have Engine 14 a par of 4, Engine 33 a par of 4, and then the MCI unit. I have not seen them yet.
Stand by. I'll talk to command.
Okay, the reason I stopped and wanted to go back to this is because what we're hearing now in the scanner is typically what suggests to me that this thing is over, that this is just about, this is over. What we're hearing now are the cops releasing people who responded to the initial. Police are going back, fire's going back. Only the people who are now doing the mop.
It's going to be a dupe.
Copy that, so we can clear our units.
Okay.
Confirm, sir. I apologize.
Okay. Clear all units. So everybody can go back to doing, you know, traffic tickets and stuff like that.
EMS 33.
How many ambulances do you have working from both community and AMR?
Cleared by law enforcement. Duncan Building, Student Union, Beam Hall, right hall. 4 buildings that completely surround my location. All cleared by LE.
Okay, so the ambulances, so there's no more bodies in those 4 buildings or no more victims, police believe. So all 4 of those ambulances has now been cleared to go back to regular service. All right. We still don't have a number. Police, UNLV shooting suspect is dead. Multiple victims.
Dispatch rescue 55.
55, go ahead.
Dispatch, just confirming a private is assigned to this call as well for transport.
Yeah, I just left.
I don't mean to make light of this, but I listen to a lot of scanners, and now is one of my favorite parts of listening to scanners. It's when units are being cut and cleared and allowed to leave. And then after
Copy that traffic. Engine 33, you all are released from the incident. Thanks for your help.
All right, they're all being gone. Okay, so as people
Engine 33, copy, thank you.
As people are being cleared, you'll, I don't know, about 45 seconds later, after some silence, you'll hear someone go, "Hey, can we go home too?" Like, you get the guys that like didn't get released that want to be released, and then you either hear them get turned down or you get their day made. All right, 3 victims. That's the count that I had. Well, actually, maybe I don't. 3 victims, unknown extent of injuries is how it's being reported officially on the news right now. 3 victims today at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. From my early listening on the scanner, I counted 2 civilian victims. Was 2 and 1.
Yes, ma'am, we're available. MCT is rebooting.
I counted 3 as well, but I counted 2. 2 were reported over the radio to have non-life-threatening injuries. The 3rd was critical with life-threatening injuries. So it looks like that's the number.
That's Engine 9. If you took us out of service with a water tender, the water tender is out of service. Can you please put us back in service?
Okay, I think we can be done with the scanner. We're going to wrap this up. So again, shooting this afternoon on the campus of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. It occurred in the Beam Hall area. 3rd floor is what I heard, but then we also heard reports that it spilled out. Here's what I think. I think that this might have been a gunfight, that this maybe wasn't, a lot of people are talking about, these times we live in. Christopher Wray, director of the FBI, said this morning that we are living in, the most delicate times for terrorism, that we need to be on top alert for any sort of, what do they say? See something, say something, that whole thing. And then we have this afternoon. I don't think this is terrorism. I really think that this is 2 UNLV students who maybe, both had guns. And that's what it sounds, because it's one guy is dead. He was called the original shooter, but then there's another suspect. And now police are saying it's suspects, right? So suspects mean one of 2 things. It means this was a team of people who wanted to create terror, which is frightening. Or it means that it was 2 people got into a gunfight. I mean, both guys in the gunfight are breaking the law. They're both, they're both shooters. So that, to me, just based on doing this for all these years and, cover that to me sounds like what it's going to end up being. The low body count also, so, and God bless the families of those people who are going to get the worst phone call any human can get, right? But 3 isn't 50, it seems when these kinds of incidents, when these are about some kind of vengeance or some kind of racial cleansing or some, you know what I mean? If it's one of those weird reasons, somebody flips their lid and decides that all redheads must die, so he goes to a target and kills. I don't think that's what this is. I think this seems to be different. Those ones, they have larger body counts. I haven't heard a description of the weapons used other than one witness said that she saw a long gun, but then I saw that was countered by someone going, no, that was a police officer's gun. So again, we don't have any reports of anybody dressed in tactical gear. We don't have any reports of anybody prowling the campus with a long gun, right? Handguns. This is 2 guys. This is two bangers who are, I don't know, in the going to UNLV. Yeah, gang members go to jail, or gang members go to college. And they go to jail too. I don't know that makes it any better. that it's just everyday run-of-the-mill gun violence. I know that I prefer it. I know that I prefer that. I've talked about this before. You know, the categories that I put these shootings into. I prefer. That sounds like, well, if I have my choice, we have no gun violence, obviously. But at least, you know, everyday American on American gun violent crime. Like the kind that took my father. My father was killed in everyday American gun violence. Shot and killed on the street. I can at least understand that. I don't approve of it, for God's sakes. Again, and you go, oh, listen to the way he talks about it. My family was irrevocably changed by gun violence, so shut the fuck up. I can talk about this any way I want. This is a subject I get to talk about. But that I can understand. I understand crime. I understand. What I don't understand is the guy that walks into the movie theater. What I don't understand is the guy that shows up at the wine tasting festival, right? So that's why I do make these distinctions between these two kinds of terrible things. And this one, honestly, we don't know, but this one looks to me right now to probably be just crime, and not something much more disturbing. All right, folks, that's going to be it. We're going to be back tonight at 9 p.m. Myself and James Parker for the Radio Misfits Hour. We do that every Monday through Thursday, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, don't forget, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and join me every day at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time for the High Noon Rant. It's 2 hours of me talking about everything that's happening in the world. I wake up very early and I put together a nice list of all of the news, all of the headlines, all of the hot topics, trends, all of that stuff. And then I perform them in a 2-hour stream of consciousness. No breaks, no commercials, no nothing. Just me, ungoverned, unfiltered, rambling for 2 straight hours. At the end of it, hopefully, you folks know what's happening in the world. All right, I'm out of here. We'll see you tonight at 9 o'clock. Bye, everybody. I'm Pugs Moran, and you are loved.